Hello and welcome back to Bobson Rants while playing Team Fortress 2 badly. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This isn't Team Fortress 2. I've been lied to. Well, if you can't tell, I'm playing World of Warcraft, and this is my character, Kanya. And if you also can't tell, this is Legion. This is the Legion beta, and I figured, what the hell? I haven't really been playing this. I haven't been playing the beta very much. So I figured, what the hell, since Legion is about to launch in the next few weeks or however long it is, I figured I might as well hop in and start talking about it for today's episode. Because I have talked about World of Warcraft a lot over the past months and years, and as long as I've been doing these videos, I've talked about the fact that I've played World of Warcraft a lot, a whole hell of a lot. So, yeah, I thought I would just take a little bit of a break from Team Fortress 2 this week and actually look around at some of the World of Warcraft stuff in the beta and talk about it, I guess, as well as my past with World of Warcraft. So, yeah, I guess what I'll start talking about is where the hell I am, and hell is kind of where I am. This is the Dreadscar Rift, which is the class hall, I guess is what it's called. The class halls, class places. Basically, this is the warlock area. It's more or less the replacement for what's it called, the garrisons. Basically, that's what this is. But instead of having a singular instance unique to everybody, you have these huge sprawling areas that everyone of a particular class, this one being the warlock one, comes in and they can hang out and do their daily, hourly stuff. Because there is an alternative to the garrison follower mission table, and that's this thing right here. Though the Dreadscar battle plans is I don't actually have any followers right now, but it does allow me to look at the map. It allows me to choose which area I want to go to, and once I get a few followers unlocked, I think I don't get them till I turn 101, so I have to unlock that before I can actually send any followers out on missions. So yeah, this is the beta. Like I said, I haven't really been playing, mainly because I kind of am sick of World of Warcraft, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, but some of the stuff that they are adding with this beta, some of the stuff they are adding with Legion is nice. For example, this thing right here, which is the Fell Blood Altar, and there is a version of this in each of the class halls. And when you first start Legion, you are given a quest to go off to the Broken Isles and fight the Legion, and then you're given, after the introductory quest line, you're given a quest basically to come here or wherever your class hall is, depending on what class you are, and then you're sent out on a quest to get some legendary weapons, essentially heirlooms. So yeah, I chose to go out and get these items, these weapons: the Spine of Thalkel and the Skull of the Manari. Skull of the Manari, which is basically what this thing is floating around me. It's this thing. This is my offhand. It's a friggin' floating skull that follows me around and occasionally talks. Kind of creepy, but then again, whatever. But yeah, it's essentially kind of a heirloom item that levels up as you do. It's basically supposed to be your weapon throughout the entire expansion, throughout the entire thing. And you can come to these altars, and over time, as you're playing, you accumulate artifact power, which is this stuff right here, and you can use it to unlock new abilities, new upgrades, new things for your weapon that will increase your abilities, increase your spells, increase all that kind of stuff. And it's nice. I do like that. Though the fact that this weapon is essentially what I'm going to be using throughout the entirety of Legion is kind of sad. It means I won't be getting any upgrades, any new weapons, because that's basically what I'm going to be using. Now, there are different legendary / heirloom type weapons you can get, and they're more suited for different specs. Like this one, this is the one that's really suited for my spec for demonology, which is what my warlock is. So yeah, that's the one I went for first. But as you level up, you're able to go for different ones and different weapons. And I'm not really sure if they're better or worse, or if it is basically just based on what spec you are. So yeah, let's get out of here and head back to Dalaran. Now, for those of you who have not been paying attention or just don't care about World of Warcraft Legion, which, quite frankly, I'm kind of one of those. I don't really care. Essentially, what the story is that the Legion has returned. The Legion that was in Burning Crusade and all the previous games, the Demon Legions have returned. And they have returned to the Broken Isles, which is what was featured in Warcraft 3. Which one was it? Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, wasn't it? It was that expansion for Warcraft 3, the Frozen Throne. It wasn't in the original one, it was in the second one, right? Because that's when they went to find Sargeras' skull, when they found out what the whole backstory and stuff like that, wasn't it? I think it was Frozen Throne, or I might be just completely messing that up. But I think that's what it was. I might be, I don't know. But yeah, basically Legion's returned, and they've returned to the Broken Isles, and Dalaran has been moved from Northrend, from the Wrath of the Lich King expansion area, and is now the quest hub once again for the Broken Isles, which has been plonked down here right in the middle of this area here, which is funny because the Maelstrom's been moved over slightly just to make room for it. And why no one ever found these islands here while they were going back and forth to Northrend is anyone's guess. But who knows? Maybe there'll be more islands, more stuff right around here in the next expansion that they'll just drop there for no particular reason. I don't know. But here we are in Dalaran once again. And we can't fly. Ooh. And Dalaran is very, very laggy. Getting very bad frame rate here. Which is why I don't like coming here. So yeah, like I said, once you start this, once you get through the initial quest line, you basically open up your class hall, and that's basically the replacement for the garrisons that were in Warlords of Draenor. Only they've been stripped down a little bit. They have the follower table thing that you can do and send them out on quests and stuff. But for the most part, it's just kind of a stripped down version. It's not as all-encompassing. It's not the only thing you have to do. It's not the only thing that everything focuses on. It's just, yeah, that's something there. And it's where you go back to where is the flight guy? It's where you go back to in order to where do I go? I don't know. I haven't logged in a while. Here we go. This is the quest. I have to go back to speak to Admiral Rogers at the Violet Citadel. Okay. So yeah, it's one of the real problems with the garrisons in the previous expansion was they were all instanced, well, not really instanced, more like phased to individual instances of it. So everybody had their own garrison, everybody had their own thing, their own little town that they could build up and place stuff in. And it was basically like one of those crappy smartphone games you play. You just log in for 5 minutes and tap away at a few things, and then that's it. That's all you really do. That's essentially what the garrisons were. And once you got through the main campaign, once you got through the main quests and stuff like that, that's all they were. People, I mean, at least in my case, use the royal summons and follow Sky Admiral Rogers through the portal.
Show them what we're made of.
Okay. But yeah, as soon as you got through the main stuff,
Champion,
you essentially...
The Skyfire is about to embark on an
shut up,
urgent
Anduin.
mission.
I don't like
I
you.
must ask that you accompany them. Report to Stormwind Harbor as soon as possible. They are under strict orders not to leave without you.
Blah, blah,
I trust
blah.
that your valor and
You're
discretion
annoying.
will
I
serve
hate
the
you.
Alliance well,
I
always
do not
has.
like Anduin.
With honor.
I mean, I
King
miss it when he
Anduin
was
Ring.
just some annoying little kid that was just hanging out in the castle
Is just about ready
of
for you.
Stormwind. Now he's just this annoying guy, and I don't really care. The fact that he's now the king, screw it. Okay, well, but yeah, Once you got to the end game, that was it. It was just basically you logging in, just like a friggin' cheap cell phone game. And follow Scout and Rogers for the Skyfire set
Do
sail.
your duty, soldier.
Duty. She said
Stormheim
duty.
is home to one of the pillars of creation.
Blah blah
The
blah. I
Aegis
don't
of
care.
Agrimar.
I don't care.
Vrykul legends speak of a trial.
Blah blah
To
blah.
conquer
I
this
don't
trial
care.
is
I
to
don't
prove
care.
one's
I really
worth
don't care.
And lay claim to the Aegis.
Really. And very
Impressive,
interesting.
aren't they?
Not
the
really.
new guns could bag a wyvern at full speed from 300 meters.
I don't
Go
care.
ahead, have a look.
I don't care. But yeah, like I said, it was basically just you logging in, doing a few daily quests, doing a few things for your garrison, doing the table missions, and that was it. That was all you were doing. And it was kind of boring, kind of pointless, kind of sad that that's all
Our
it turned
official
out to
orders are to
be.
escort you to Stormheim and ensure your success on this trial.
Blah, 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 go away.
Unofficially, however,
Can we just
have
skip
another
this?
mission.
Can we skip this? I don't know. Oh, I just don't care about the story anymore. That's one of the problems with World of Warcraft.
The 7th Legion.
I just
the
don't care about the
toughest men and
story
women
anymore.
The Alliance has to offer.
Can I climb
They
up here?
too come on direct orders from
Aha!
the king.
Here we go. Come on. Come on, let me up here. Can I fall off of here? Better yet, can I fly off of here? I can! Ah, here we go. Screw you! I am off doing my own thing. You go ahead and do whatever the hell you want to do. I'm over here. Oh, so annoying. Really? Really? I have to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you
3
guys.
days ago, the Forsaken
Blah, blah,
fleet
blah.
set sail from Durotar, heading straight
How are you
for the
still
Broken
talking to me?
Isles.
I'm way over
We
here.
think Sylvanas Windrunner herself may be among them.
You see, this is one
We
of
ought
the
to
things
track
I
them
really
from a safe
hate.
distance.
They're
We may
still
engage,
talking
but
about
only
the
if the
Horde
situation
versus Alliance
demands.
thing. This is one of the things
I
I really hate
strongly
about this
suspect
game.
the situation
No matter how
will
far
demand.
they come with the whole Horde versus Alliance,
It had better.
good versus evil
I am
kind
not
of
in the
deal
habit
they
of
have going
trapping
on.
prey
It never
unless I
advances.
intend on
It always
killing it.
resets right to the same damn petty squabbling and fighting between the two
Preparations
factions.
are nearly complete. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
I really do annoy. I find this whole thing annoying. They're really annoying scripted crap like this. Just get on with it.
The Alliance
Get
has done
on
us a
with it
great
already.
service.
Oh.
For this, I
Complete
am
the great main
eternally
mission aboard the
grateful.
Starfire. Okay, fine. But yeah, I just find this whole thing with the whole Horde versus Alliance just so friggin' annoying. I mean, in every single expansion leading up to here, there's always the Horde and Alliance working together against some big evil thing, going all the way back to vanilla. If you look at the Battle of Encourage, you had the Horde and the Alliance coming together, working together. There was this huge event during the opening of the gates of Encourage, where they were all working together. They were gathering supplies, gathering materials, gathering a whole bunch of stuff for the opening. And yeah, it was this wonderful thing. They were working together, and it looked like it might work towards them working together and being less fighty and evil, cruel, evil kind of thing, where they're just fighting and killing each other for no freaking reason. But it always just degenerates. It just collapses. Their alliance collapses. Their friendship collapses, and the whole thing just resets. It happens every single expansion. It happened in Burning Crusade, where they were kind of working together in what was it? During the Sunwell event, the whole Draenei and Blood Elves were working together again in the Sunwell event in Burning Crusade. During the Lich King, the Horde and the Alliance were working together. They were coming together to fight against the friggin' Lich King. And then there was this big betrayal with the Forsaken killing everybody, Horde and the Alliance soldiers. And then it just sparked this whole fight where they're fighting against each other again. And then at the end of it, it looked like they might try and work things out. But no, it just kept going with it. Cataclysm got worse in Pandera. Kind of looked like it might be coming to a head and finally leveling off with Warlords of Draenor. Not as heavily PvP kind of thing. But here in, in freaking Legion, where there is a massive number of demons, the demons have returned to Lordaeron. They've returned to the world. They've returned to this entire planet. And here we are, fighting each other. We're literally here shooting down Forsaken bats. We're shooting down Horde NPCs, while there is a friggin' legion of demons ready to kill us all. And we're crippling each other with petty infighting over friggin' the king's death. It wasn't even their fault. It was not their fault, let's face it. It was not their fault. Why are we killing them? Why are they killing us? Why is the whole thing just falling apart? It's just horrible writing. I have to say that. It's bad writing where they just keep fighting. They just need a reason to keep fighting. I mean, yes, World of Warcraft has always been the Horde versus the Alliance kind of thing. But it gets old after a while, and it gets stupid after a while, especially now in this expansion, where it's just this massive invasion of demons, and we're still fighting amongst ourselves. But yeah, that's just one of the little things that I find annoying. This whole PvP, they just go straight into the PvP. They go straight into the Horde versus Alliance thing in this, and I found that annoying. But yeah, I don't know. It has some interesting stuff, like the simplified class halls and like that. And it does have the same kind of quest setups, where go out and kill 10 of these guys, go pick up 5 of these items off the ground, go kill this named guy and stuff like that, which has been a hallmark of World of Warcraft for years, ever since the beginning. So none of that's really changed. It's all basically the same. And quite frankly, it's a bit boring. I'm sorry, but yeah, most of the quests are basically that. I mean, yes, we have this whole thing where we're firing a cannon at bats and stuff, and we're going off to attack ships and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's basically the same kind of quests, same kind of stuff that have been there for years. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's tradition, it's the same thing they've always done. But it's nothing really all that new, nothing all that exciting. And quite frankly, I am a bit bored with World of Warcraft because of it. And it's not just that, it's many different things. It's many different changes they've made over the years, many different things they've done over the years with the game, and it's just kept getting worse and worse. As nice as this expansion looks, I mean, they have updated tons of the character models, tons of the armor models. They have done away with the need to have tons of cosmetic items in your inventory with the whole cosmetic stuff that you can just switch it out at once you pick up an item, it's added to your toy page, not toy page, what's it called? It's added to your page so you can actually use it at the transmogrifier at will. Even if you sell the item, even if you get rid of it, it's there permanently and it's yours to use on any character. And it's unlocked across all your entire account. So yeah, I like that. That's nice. It means I don't have to keep tons of old armor lying around in my bank or in the void storage like that. But still, it's sad. It's sad that it took them this long to do something like that. But at the same time, armor and weapons and all that kind of stuff are kind of just redundant now. I mean, with the introduction of these heirloom legendary weapons, I mean, paladins get Ashbringer. Holy crap, that is something that years ago they would not even consider. It's one of those things where they didn't want everyone to have a legendary weapon. They didn't want everyone to be walking around with something like Ashbringer, since it was a legendary weapon, since it was such an integral part of the lore and story of World of Warcraft. They didn't want everyone to just be walking around with an Ashbringer. That's why they always made all the legendary weapons so hard to get. Stuff like Thunder Fury or what was the name of his stupid glaives. The war glaives of Azzinoth that Illidan dropped, they were always just so hard to get your hands on, and there was a reason for that. Because they did not want everyone just walking around with that kind of stuff. They wanted it to be special. They wanted it to be something you had to work hard to get. But they've made this game so easy over the years. They've simplified so much of it. They've dumbed down so much of it. I mean, the dungeons alone have been oversimplified to the point of meaninglessness. I mean, the ones in Warlords of Draenor, in Cataclysm, and Pandera were basically just the tank runs in there, grabs aggro, everyone just AoEs everything down. As long as the healer knows what they're doing, as long as the tank knows what they're doing, it's basically just Zerg rushing through the entire dungeon, boss to boss to boss, and yeah, it's just straight line stuff. I actually miss vanilla World of Warcraft, the way the dungeons were designed. I mean, a lot of people do not miss that at all, because especially stuff like Blackrock Depths, which was a massive friggin' dungeon. But yeah, I miss those kinds of dungeons, those huge sprawling dungeons. They felt like dungeons. The newer designs are just kind of boring, just kind of point A to point P to point C kind of things, where there's no real room for exploration or anything. It's just a straight line. And I find that boring. I find it sad. And they've made it so easy, mainly due to the dungeon finder being implemented, which was its own real thing. But it was just a quality of life thing that they added that invariably had unintended effects. I mean, on paper, the dungeon finder seems like a great idea, but in reality, the fact that you're being matched with 4 other random people means it might be a very good thing. It might mean you can just Zerg rush through the dungeon if everybody knows what they're doing. But if there's even the hint of being a complex dungeon, which the older dungeons were in like Burning Crusade or even into Lich King, they had a bit of complexity to them, with the whole need to like crowd control, to use saps and sheeps and stuff like that, meant that you couldn't just put 4 or 5 random people together and hope that they knew what they were doing in a random dungeon finder. So they had to do away with the complexity. They got rid of any need to crowd control, any need for coordination. Basically, it was just tank and spank kind of stuff. Even up till today, and that just makes me sad to think about. It just makes me sad knowing that all the complexity in the game has been removed due to either people complaining about the complexity or complaining about people not knowing what to do. Because the strategy they're using for modern dungeons would not have worked in the Burning Crusade ones, because the Burning Crusade ones were actually designed with crowd control in mind, designed with that whole coordination kind of thing. But the modern ones aren't, and I do blame the dungeon finder for that, and I do blame the simplification for that whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. And it's the same with the raids. The newer raids that were added with stuff like Pandera or Warlords of Draenor had to be dumbed down to the point of simplicity, simply because they were added to the raid finder and like that. So you had to make them easier for people who had no idea what the hell they were doing. Otherwise, they would be there forever. And so, yeah, on the surface, again, that sounded like a good idea. It allowed people to just go in there, have fun, look at all the content, and be done with it. And ended up what happened. People never bothered with the heroic versions or the mythic versions. Most people never even saw them, simply because they went through it on the group finder, on the raid finder, experienced the content, and said, hey, I'm done. And never bothered to do any of the harder modes. Because let's face it, if you give people an opportunity to do something easier, they're going to take the easy road as well instead of doing the hard road. And if there's not much of a difference between the reward, then there's not much point in doing the harder version. Because most of the reward from the harder version was just slightly better gear, slightly higher item level gear, And the only reason you would need that is to do the harder versions. And the only reason to do the harder versions is to get the better gear to do the harder versions. So, yeah, people kind of just didn't really care. They went through it on a group finder, on the looking for raid finder, and didn't bother with the heroic, didn't bother with the mythic kind of stuff. And that was basically relegated to the guilds that really wanted to do that kind of stuff just for the challenge. So it was hardly ever really done, to be honest. And I miss that. I do miss the difficulty of raids, of dungeons, and like that.
Powerful ship in the
But yeah, this game has just been oversimplified over the years, and it just kind of makes me sad about the whole thing. And as nice as this looks, as nice as it is, I'm not even sure I'm going to buy this expansion, to be honest. I mean, here I am in the beta, and I have barely done anything, really. Haven't really gone to the max level. I haven't gone to 110 or whatever it is. I haven't really explored the entire world. And quite frankly, I'm not really motivated to do so. Because the story itself is interesting. I mean, the Legion finally returning after all these years. I mean, you'd think they would have done it before now, considering they were very present in Burning Crusade. But yeah, the fact that they're returning is interesting, and I kind of want to see where it goes. I'm just kind of meh about the whole thing, because I'm kind of bored with the game. I am. It's sad to say, because I started playing this game an hour after the game released. 1 hour after the game released in vanilla, launch day, I was playing this game, and I played for years through every expansion. And to say that I am done, I just really hate to say that, because I do love this game. I love what this game was 10 years ago. I loved what it was 10 years ago. I loved what it was in vanilla. It was great in Burning Crusade. Lich King kind of started a downward sloping spiral that just nosedived in Cataclysm. And Pandora was okay, just a bit boring and out of place, to be honest. And Warlords of Draenor, well, with the whole garrison thing, it just turned into a friggin' something like you'd play on Facebook, honestly. It was basically a Facebook smartphone game where you logged in just to send your guys out on quests from the garrison follower table thing. And that's all you ended up doing. That's all I ended up doing after I went through the main quest line. I just ended up doing that for gold on all my characters for no particular reason. So, yeah. I don't know. This could be a good expansion. It might be. It might be good. It might not be good. I don't know. But I honestly don't even know if I really want to try it out or not. No. But all these quests, they are very similar to the stuff that was going on like 10 years ago. It's basically just go kill 10 guys, go gather a bunch of stuff, and I don't know. I just don't know. So, yeah. How long have I been going? Holy crap. How long have I been going? I don't know. So, I think I'm going to call it here. That's enough of me reminiscing about the old style World of Warcraft and taking a look at some of this stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Bobson. This has been another episode of Bobson Rants incoherently as he laments the loss of old-style World of Warcraft. And this is me talking in the third person for no particular reason. So, until next time, I will see you later. Bye.